I thought that building a bigger chest would lead me towards worthiness. I did a bunch of barbell presses, dumbbell presses, push-ups in order to feel accepted. But instead, I received a overdeveloped chest followed by a shoulder injury, all because I was trying to prove my worthiness. And I realized that it has nothing to do with the weights I was pushing. It has to do with my psychology. And if you find this story to sound familiar in your ears, then leave me a comment down below. My belief system was simple. A bigger chest equals acceptance. But no matter how much I pushed myself, I never received that because I didn't believe it in myself. This will carry along year after year, and it was never enough. No matter what I did, no matter how many lunges, no matter how many bicep curls I do, it was never enough. Because if I didn't have that perfect body, then I will never be accepted by society or by my family. Day after day, I would push myself, not because I'm in love with strength training, but because I was terrified to see what it meant to not do that. I wasn't chasing the strength, I was chasing validation. My body is literally telling me enough is enough, to the point that I received a symptom. And you're probably wondering, Alejandro, where did this all come from? I can trace back when my mom took me to the grocery store. I remember going to the magazine aisles and I saw bodybuilding magazines, and I saw it and I was astonished on what I saw. When I was flipping those pages, I was like, man, these guys have everything under control. They look great. They're muscular. They look so confident that I wanted to feel confident. So I would beg and beg for my mom to get that magazine. And she ended up buying it for me. In that moment, my life would completely change. Before that age, 11 years old, I remember that I was already facing rejection. My cousins, my aunts, my mom and dad will call me gordito. Those words hunted me because I felt like the black sheep. I didn't feel accepted. And by flipping through those pages, that was my way out. That was my way. That was me saying, Alejandro, this is your ticket to finally feel worthy and loved and accepted by your family members and by society. It was hope. It was hope that I will no longer be called fat. Because to me, fat was rejection. My hope was that I can finally replace fat with muscle, which means I would replace rejection with acceptance. But fat and rejection are not just feelings, they are memories that are stored in your body. And so to me, calling myself fat meant that I was rejecting myself, rejecting the inner child, the 11-year-old child, the 7-year-old child. And so the cycle continues. The truth is, I felt that I was never enough. And so that's why I would train to pursue the perfect body, no matter what. In this case, it was my chest. I would use my chest to compensate with that. In Carl Jung's perspective, if we were to go towards the psychology realm, Carl Jung will call this the shadow aspect, the parts that we reject and we keep it in the back burner. But my body couldn't handle that any longer. And it showed up in my shoulder. It showed up on my knee injuries. It is the wound that we carry throughout our lives. And that wound for me was rejection. How can I sit with myself when someone tells me no and still accept myself and accept him for who he is? The body always carries memories, and no wonder it showed up on my shoulder. No wonder I feel a tightness in my chest. And some people, they have shallow breathing. Some people have tight necks, lower back issues. But for me, it came from a shoulder injury. And again, I tell you, can you sit with yourself and accept yourself? And even then, I would reject that I am enough. I would resist and say, no, that's not who I am. That's not me. I can't accept it. But that's where the gold is. When there's resistance, that's the shadow. That's the part of you that you don't want to see. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of healing, is allowing yourself to feel and to say yes for yourself. Saying, yes, I did go through that. I lived through that. I understand where he's coming from, and not reject him, but instead love him. It wants to be held. The body will share with you what it needs. With that revelation, would you be willing to accept yourself? Would you be willing to tell yourself, Alejandro or Ashley, you are perfect the way you are? And again, if you have that resistance, that's gold. I congratulate you for having that resistance, because it's through awareness and compassion is what will lead towards healing. If this resonated with you, please comment down below what your story is, because I would love to hear it. With that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Namaste.